Hey guys, it's Today I'm going to be doing a ban list prediction for March 2013. This ban list will be similar to other people's that you may have already seen, but this will also be my own personal thing of like things that may get unbanned or may not. But yeah. So sorry if I sound a little sick. I have been sick for this whole week. I was severely sick yesterday and actually came home from school, but today I'm feeling a little better in which I can actually get up and be on a computer. So we're going to start off with not the banned cards. We're going to be starting off with cards that will probably get hit. So first off, we have Wind Up Rat and Wind Up Magician. These are two main cards that are used in the Wind Up deck. Rat is the one that you can easily just fish out stuff from your grave and go into more XYZ. And Magician just starts off the whole new loop, not the hand drop loop, but the new loop with you getting Magician out, revealing Shark, and so on and so forth. Just a very long loop that can annoy someone, and if they can't get over it, then they're just basically one turn killed in one game. For Rat may be put down the 2 or maybe put down the 1. I would say it would most likely be put down the 2 because he's more of a Rat is more the third card that is used in the deck that runs the deck. And I would say Magician would most likely be put down the 1 because Magician's the one that starts off the loop with Shark, and that's basically the main combo you're going with the deck. So the reason why I chose Magician was something that I threw in there and said he'd be down to the 1 was because hitting that would permanently put windups on a basically they'd cripple them so much that they wouldn't even be tier 1. And I think that's what didn't want to do at first when they hit Zen Mighty, but now that they saw that they did Zen Mighty and people saw that they could do other things, that they can do this. Just like how they overhit Inzectors and they didn't hit Centipede, which was basically something that could easily go off. Other cards in which may these aren't cards that will be hit at all. These are cards that will actually be like helped. Black Whirlwind. I've looked in the Cosmoblazer and I've looked in other things, and Black Wings are becoming like coming back. There have been more like seen Black Wings in the next coming sets for Cosmoblazer. I believe the set after that, and which I am going to Cosmoblazer hopefully tomorrow if I do not feel like I am going to vomit, because that's what's been this whole week, which I hate. But hopefully I'll go to Cosmoblazer, I'll get some nice things, and I'll show them in sneak peek results. But Blackwing Whirlwind, it may be put up to 2, make it a bit more playable with the Blackwings, give them more ground to grow in this upcoming, not this upcoming format, this end of the last half of the format. So Whirlwind may be an opportunity. And Pod Duality. With all these decks, and I may be taking this from a few videos, but maybe one I watched, I don't know. But with Pod Duality can basically give more decks speed. So many decks like Windups, decks like Windups, decks like Mermails and Lanteons can just go off on one turn with their hand. It's just incredibly broken for them to just go off one turn and just get a whole either back row or field advantage on their opponent. And they can have the hand traps. So Power Duality can help any deck. It will give them more of a. It will give them a, not a exactly +1. It's just exchanging. So you get the choice of your 3 cards, and it can actually probably most likely benefit you if you have like those crappy hands that I've experienced personally. But yeah, these 2 cards, it wouldn't surprise me if they came back. Coming down here, Zen Mains. Zen Mains is my own personal one, which I thought would be a hit. Zen Mains is something in the windups that actually helps, where most people run 2 Zen Mains in the new windup swarm build, just for safety precautions. But putting Zen Mains at 1 kind of keeps it more of a wall. It's almost like how Reaper was at one time at 1. So it would actually be pretty beneficial for other decks, but it's not too harsh. And then now we're going to start getting into banned cards. These are possible cards that I think would have a chance of getting banned. Gunganeer. Gunganeer is not a major thing in the Mermail thing, but it's a pretty good thing to go in with your divas. It basically is, you get to discard it, so it gives you more advantage to your things like the guys, I forgot their name, marksmen, all those other Atlanteans that you just ditch them to the grave, and then you get the pop, or I believe you get the special summon. But Gunganeer gives more advantage to that, and Gunganeer would be a possible ban because it's basically like a Brionic, because you get to destroy cards instead of bouncing them, but it's more of a tougher Brionic if you use it in the Mermails. Another chance card, Pot of Avarice. Pot of Avarice is just amazing. It's the nuts of every deck. You can just recycle everything. If you like threw all your monsters to the grave, you went out all out on your opponent blocked all of them, Mirror Force, Solemn Judgment, Solemn Warning, and they just threw them to the grave. And they have no more back row. You draw Pot of Avarice, you can just get a +1. And you get those two cards, and that can most likely make you go off. It's better than Duality if you have the 5 cards, because then you can just special summon and just keep going. Another possible ban card is Sangan. People have been thinking about Sangan, thinking about it being at 1. Maybe it should be banned, because Sangan can just lie in the field. If you get Tour Guide, and let's say you don't want to overlay, you just want to put that Sangan down, and you just want to let him get pop so you can get a card to the hand and just go off. Sangan can result in someone going off fairly easily, because even if they can't go off, they can easily grab something like Tour Guide. Another card which has been at 1, I believe, since the beginning of the game. I was not here at the beginning of the game majorly, but Monster Reborn. Monster Reborn is extremely broken because you can, if you or your opponent successfully BLSs, but let's say you torrential it or something, and you can just reborn it, and it's just amazingly broken and should not be allowed. Cards that I think are going to possibly come off the ban list are Premature Burial and Dark Magician of Chaos. Now, Dark Magician of Chaos is because they've been Konami, it seems, has been working so hard to give so much more support towards the Spellcaster engine with the spellbooks and prophecies that Chaos is the last thing they would not most likely, but do need to make this deck go off. And seeing that they took BLS off, which I didn't put in this ban list because if they brought Chaos back, it would kind of be an advantage with the BLS. If they brought Chaos back, it would go on par with the BLS. And then Premature Burial. I don't know if anyone else is, I know most people who've opened Astral Pack have seen that Hidden Armory is in there. Hidden Armory, it can retrieve equipped spells, and it seems to have no purpose in this format right now because there's not even any decks in Tier 1 that require an equipped spell to go off. I don't know if you consider Inzektor's Tier 1, but it's still, because you'd only get your Zector Caliber. But if you brought Premature Burial back, that would make sense for why Konami put Hidden Armory in this Astro Pack. Okay, so that's my ban list predictions. Thanks YouTube for watching, and this is the Creator 1996 out.